Welcome to this short video on booklet imposition. We will begin by opening an A5 booklet without bleed or crop marks. When the small logic checkbox is ticked as shown, the application will automatically try to determine the type of imposition required. In this case, the booklet option has been selected. All we need to do is click the Impose Artwork button. And as usual, the imposed file opens in our default PDF application. Note that this file would be difficult to print as there are neither crop marks or bleed. We will now add both. Begin by ticking the Standard Marks checkbox. Next, tick the Grow Art checkbox to the right. And that's it. Now we simply click the Impose Artwork button again. And as you will see, the new imposed file now has a tiny amount of bleed and crop marks. Note that when trimmed, this booklet will be exactly A5. What happened in the background is that the pages were enlarged in proportion, just a tiny amount. If we would like to print 2 up of our A5 booklets on an A3 or SRA3 sheet, all we need to do is simply open the imposed booklet file, select the correct size output sheet, in this case A3 is the default, ensure the Impose option is selected, and click the Impose Artwork button as shown. So we now have 2 up of our A5 booklets imposed on an SRA3 sheet. In booklets with a lot of pages, it is common practice to add a value known as creep. This compensates for the creeping out of the inner pages as we add more pages to our booklet and the spine becomes heavier. To do this, we revert to our original A5 booklet. Typically you wouldn't need to add crop marks and bleed as those would already be included in your PDF. To add spine creep, we must have a trim box. Typically you would have this on a PDF that included crop marks and bleed. In our case, we need to add this. To add same, we will impose our A5 onto an SRA5 sheet. The trim box is added automatically during this process. When the size is set, we select Impose and then impose the artwork. The result is a 1-up document that now includes crop marks and bleed. And I can demonstrate that a trim box has been added by quickly opening the file in the toolbox, switching to the trim box tab. Here you can see the trim box settings in the top left and you can see the visual magenta line placed around the booklet. To complete the booklet imposition that includes creep, we open the A5 1-up imposed job. Then we ensure the booklet checkbox is selected. We don't need to grow the artwork or add standard marks. Then click the Advanced Booklet option. Here we enter the paper weight. To demonstrate the creep value, I will enter 500 gram as the paper weight, which is, I know, quite heavy, but it's just to give you the general idea. Then simply click the Impose Artwork button. And as you can see, creep has been added with the outer pages extending further to the left and right than the inner ones. And I will zoom in just so you can see the crop marks on the center spine. As you can see on the outer cover there is quite a large gap, and as we move towards the center spread, that gap reduces to 0. For those with advanced finishing machines who can work with a 4-up head-to-head flat, this can also be generated as shown. So in this short video we have examined the basics of booklet imposition using PPD Prepress. For more information, I invite you to check out a set of related short videos on ppdprepress.co.uk. Thank you.